Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I am going to be taking game 2 this round. Uh, Looks like people have been having issues with the whole spectator mode thing. I hope this is not the case for me because I just got home and uh, I'm just being here. Okay, so make sure you guys make this 2 games. Thank you. Anyway, Uh, yeah, so I'm just gonna entertain you while people are just waiting for stuff. Basically, this is a game between Good Job and Featuring. They are playing in this little tournament organized by this Facebook group in uh in League of Legends. Hi, see, yes, you are definitely on my friend list. Yeah, so this is a, as I was saying, this is a tournament called Play for Fun, which means that it doesn't really have a prize, but um, it's just, I suppose, for community to play against each other, to have fun and figure out maybe some ego boosting at the same time. You get to see their rank positions there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that one side will win because I think earlier on there was a game one and I believe I don't remember who won. I think it was red side, purple side. Because I'm great at that. I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, you will be able to see. Is the audio low? Give me a sec then. Don't worry, when you get in, you'll actually hear it much better because I try to balance it out between the background music and stuff, and League background music tends to be a bit annoying. Scout said no, no, no. Okay. Yeah, so if the audio is kind of low, try and bump it up. If not, then I will fix it myself here, but let me know, especially if the background noise is a bit too high. See, 721 purple win. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So purple was good job, I suppose, since they're now on blue. So yeah, this is a best of 3. So whoever wins 2 games first gets 1 point, I believe, in the bracket. So it'll be sort of like a round robin. People play against each other, and then at the end, I think it will all be calculated. Uh, let's just really hope that the client doesn't screw up because that's what it's been doing the past game, and it's been really quite hard for people to be able to see stuff. And we're into picks and bans. I am a solo streamer. I am solo shoutcasting, so please don't mind me. Okay, so people are banning Morgana. I know nothing about these teams, by the way, so please be patient with me. So normally when I shoutcast, I do some research on the teams, and this round is just for fun, right? And I didn't expect doing this second game, to be honest. Also, if this lags, let me know, because there's a very high chance that it will lag if your internet isn't good enough. I think I've lowered the resolution to 720p, but if it still lags, just let me know and I'll try and see if I can work it out. And so these are bands that you don't normally see. I think these teams as well don't really know the capabilities of the other team, whereas if you look at Worlds that just finished, they were banning pretty specifically, so that's normally what happens. But in a case like this, you get the opportunity to ban champions that you really don't want to face, and if you have a particular team comp that you want to run, then you can try and ban out things that you think will be most annoying for you. So yeah, you can take a look. That's Morgana via LeBlanc. So clearly Good Job does not want someone that can come in and attack their backlines, I believe. Morgana is more of a ultimate sort of AoE control, once she initiates, it can be really hard for the rest of the enemy team to get out. So yeah, it seems like that's what they're going after. Whereas featuring is going for Katarina, Soraka, Lee Sin, sort of preventing. It's a new Soraka, by the way, and I'm not completely sure about the new Soraka, but I did hear that it's no longer mana free or something. I'm not really up to date with these things. But so Katarina, Lee Sin, so also some pretty high mobility champions there that are looking to take out. First pick is Yasuo from the blue team, and yeah, Wukong top, and Kha'Zix's jungle that's already been locked in. So that would be a Yasuo mid, I'm guessing. It can also be a Yasuo top if people play it that way, but I think it's most likely gonna be a mid. Normally people pick, the champions that they play the best first. Yes, the voice. I know. Uh, yeah. So looks like it's gonna be a Wukong, and that should be locked in about 5 seconds. I think some people are saying, what? I'm not sure what they say. Anyway, and we're back to good job side. Yasuo with Jarvan is a very good combination because you would really want to see, or Yasuo with the Malphite, you would want to see the knockup, the multiple knockups that will enable the Yasuo to come in with his ultimate. So usually it would be a Malphite combo, a Jarvan combo, or something like a Lee Sin even with his kickback will help a lot. And there's a Malphite and a Corki. The Malphite is most likely either a top or a jungle. I think people have probably stopped playing Malphite top, and I think he's more viable in the jungle. But we'll see. I mean, it's a Wukong versus a Malphite. If the Malphite goes top, there'll be a lot of poking going on back and forth. Ooh, might be a Kassadin mid as well. Failed to load video. You guys are fine, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, so sorry about that. Some people are saying that they can't load the video. I'm not sure why. It might just be the connection. Lately Twitch has been having some issues as well because, they had some DDoS issues from some unknown parties, and after that things got a bit haywire with their connections and all that. It's a Blitz and a Kassadin. Wow, I haven't seen a Kassadin in a while in a match. The Blitz, however, will be very interesting. Let's see how they counter that with a Janna. So it's a Corki Janna, typical pick, and a Jarvan 4. Hi, JLI. Let's see, give me a second. Yep, so it's a Jarvan and a Malphite, which means that they're probably gonna set up a lot for this Yasuo. The Corki and the Janna, we'll need to see who the other team picks for ADC, because Blitz can easily pull someone close. The thing is, Corki and Janna, they have the ability to peel and they have the ability to escape, and Corki's range is pretty high as well. So if the Blitz misses his hook, it means his cooldown is gonna be really high, and I think it's gonna be quite tough. So it needs to be a wise pick on the side of featuring Jinx and Blitz. Yeah, that's pretty alright. I think it will depend on how well these teams play in the end, because team compositions matter to an extent, but it will. Can you join it? Yeah, I can get you on TeamSpeak if you want. Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of worried about the spectator error message, but I think better to have 2 streams on. That's why I was hoping that Sijar and Shahiro could actually do a double stream so that people can switch back and forth. But if it is still gonna be an issue, then I'm really sorry. I don't know. I can't do anything about it, but we'll have to see. What's that? A TM? Why do you have to terminate your stream? Yeah, so you guys know these players better than I do. So what do you think? What do you think based on this team comp? We have about 3 minutes before we enter the game. Um, looks like from what I see, you guys say that Usui is a pro Yasuo and Costanza is a pro Jinx. I completely didn't catch what the previous game's picks were. But let me know if you have any predictions or anything. This is pretty chill. I am not really gonna take this seriously. I'm just gonna be like, whoa, like, yay. uh, yeah. So in the meantime, welcome to my stream. This is really where I hang out. I don't really play League of Legends as much nowadays because there was a point in time when Garena was lagging and I stopped because it would lag every night and it would disconnect people and everyone on the team would disconnect and we would lose like winning games, which was really frustrating. So I just stopped playing and just let it be like that. And then yeah, so I still shoutcast because I still keep up with certain things and especially with Worlds. It is pretty interesting. um yeah, I hope they hot fix whatever the spectator mode issue is later on because I think NA was having issues previously, but now, I don't know if they're still gonna. Maybe the issues transferred over to Garena and they still haven't fixed it properly yet. But yeah, so this team composition is clearly the first one is the blue team is gonna rely heavily on Yasuo for damage. Maybe to an extent even Corki from the back lines if he doesn't get caught. Um, the thing with the purple team's lineup is that they will be able to have CC, with Wukong going in and potentially trying to get to the backlines and disrupting the backlines. Kha'Zix as well. I think I think it will be very important for featuring to run, pick off people from the map before they go into a team fight because it feels as though if they go into a team fight, it might be easier for a good job to win. Hello, Colin. I'm not the best shoutcaster. I'm doing this solo. Yeah, we are going into game, and I will switch this in a bit. To give me a moment. Ignore that sponsor thing. Okay. Alright, perfect. Game capture. Yep, there we go. It's Project Yasuo. Really like that skin. We have Fnatic skins from Good Job, which is really nice. Didn't pick up any skins because I wasn't in Singapore for any of them. Which is really, actually, really very sad because it would have been nice to be in Singapore. I was really, really, really jealous of people. But you see that Denzo's still trying to get connected. We will probably wait this out a bit. My first time seeing you guys streaming actually. Yeah, I don't normally advertise in the NA League group, but I have been streaming for a bit. TeamSpeak, yeah, I'll send it to you. Give me a moment. Let me just get on TeamSpeak. I am not good at multitasking sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes.
Connected. Channel switched.
Let me just create a channel. Oh, looks like we're in game anyway. So, hi Zenny. This is the mini tournament that the admins are holding. I think yep. Let me just move my super big head. Smaller. Okay. Alright, cool beans. Alright, yeah, and I'm not streaming with the webcam because no. Because I just got back and just no. Anyway, I gave you the TeamSpeak password, so when you do get it, just come on. Are you spectating? Because it might be a bit hard if you're not actually in the spectator mode, so you can't really see things. Oh god, the sound is loud. Okay. The teams are already at it, level 1 in the jungle. Just a little back and forth because it's taking a bit of damage there. The teams knowing roughly where the wards are. I think the blue team has gotten a really deep ward. I'm not sure how useful that is actually, but it will tell them a little about the red, but not as much because now the purple team is ready to defend the red side. But the blue team is very serious about their warding. Everyone has spent their wards, you know, on their side, you know, going as deep as possible into the jungle, whereas the red team has been using most of their wards just for defensive purposes. You see that the teams are entering into lane. There's a standard red pickup from purple team, and the blue team is going for the standard blue. So nothing unusual there. It's a Malphite versus Wukong top. Now the Malphite is quite mana hungry, so you will really have to see how things will work out for him, because Wukong, his damage early game is pretty high if he gets close enough, but Malphite can just kite away. The only matter is if he will be able to sustain his mana early game. And see bot lane, Blitzcrank grabs onto Corki, but Jinx doesn't manage to follow up as much. It's just that Corki is getting really low, but nothing, no deaths will happen here. Yep, the mid lane will be Yasuo versus Kassadin. Quite interesting actually. I haven't seen that in a while. We're just gonna switch back and forth and check out the teams. Blitzcrank tries again for a hook but misses it. This time it would have been bad for Corki if he had landed that hook. But we see someone coming around from the side. That's Jarvan. He's trying to get in on it. It is a good idea. Jarvan does have level 3 and they are gonna go for it. That will be a Jinx kill, or will it not? That will be first blood indeed from Kachab, but Kha'Zix is here to join the party. He will go in onto Dandy, who has red and blue at the same time, and he is forced to jump away. Not enough damage. I don't think you should go in, you know, as a 2v3, even though, you know, it's probably good to try and get another kill, but doing that when your teammate's already down, it just means that you're late to the party. And Kassadin getting a bit of damage. Top lane, both of them pretty low. So they're just gonna head off and avoid each other for a bit. You know, like long lost lovers. Oh my god. And Project Yasuo's particles are really nice. Wukong going in for a bit of harass onto Malphite. Malphite might just back away, but you know, he can just farm at tower safely, assuming that no jungler comes up top. You see Wukong is ready for the possibility. He has a ward in the bush. But first blood did go to good job, so that should give Corki a bit of an edge. And let me just move these guys, because I keep forgetting. So you can check the goal stats against each other properly. And there is a little bit of poke again, back and forth. Yasuo, Kassadin. Kassadin really He is really strong once he hits level 6, of course. Once he's able to Rift Walk. But right now, both are just gonna fight it out. Kha'Zix is just hanging around nearby, so he can back Kassadin up if he needs to, and he is gonna move in. I think Yasuo is just trying to get in onto Kassadin, and this is a good time for a gank because Kha'Zix is just going in, trying to get a kill. Yasuo is a bit on the wrong side, and he does go down to Kha'Zix. That was a very good gank. I sound like Annie. Yes, I know. I can make any sounds for you if you want. You just type in chat. Let me know. I used to do that when I was shoutcasting. One game last year, I think my first game. Yeah. So I was doing any sounds for you guys. But yeah. So somebody saying I'm heading up top. I believe that's Kha'Zix because Malphite is actually pushing out a bit far. He does have a ward though, but Wukong very cleverly pink warded his side of the bush, so they know where the safe movement is. However, he does get spotted out by Jarvan, or does he? He spots the Jarvan ward, but Jarvan probably didn't see that he was heading up. Malphite is gonna get a very nice gank soon. It depends on which direction Kha'Zix comes in from. He might just back off though. And now, 2 Doran's Blaze on Jinx. Good and bad, but I think the Vampire Acceptor will have an edge. Wukong again trying to harass, but not really being able to do much because Malphite, he does have 2 Doran's Rings, which will help with his mana problem. It is a Fnatic bot lane, Corki and Janna. Fnatic did play Corki and Janna, and it's still being played in Worlds right now. So, back and forth, nothing much happening. Wukong is getting a bit low. I'm not sure. I think if the jungler for Good Job comes up, they might be able to get a kill up there, but he is trying. They are in the top side, you know, and I think the most important movements to watch are the junglers. And if you look at the CS difference, Yasuo is having higher CS than Kassadin at the moment. I should play 3DS as a side portable game. What? Why? Why would I play 3DS as a side portable game? Because nothing's happening in this game, or why is someone calling me? God, guys, it's like 10. Don't call. Okay, so yeah, we're watching just a lot of back and forth right now. Wukong, each time he tries to go, oh, that's a beautiful hook, lands onto Janna, but Jinx again cannot respond in time. Corki's already right in his face. I think they're trying to get, I'm not sure why Janna is beautiful out. Very nice. However, Jinx is caught on the back. I think she might die first. That's probably a bad position to be in, and yes, Good Job turns it around on what could have been a very beautiful gank. Not a beautiful gank, but a very beautiful pull from Blitzcrank. It is a bit sad. What division? There is no division as such, but I think both sides are about, on average, silver 1. I know there is a gold player on one of the sides, but mostly silver on average. Again, there's a lot of movement, but Good Job has already shown that, you know, they can turn a situation around in bot lane. You know, they have the presence of mind to be able to move things around. Like, for example, the support says, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and ult because I know that you can get the kill on Jinx, and Jinx is totally out of position. Yeah, so that's what is happening right there. Zenny, you should really just shoutcast this. Yeah, what's interesting about this is definitely when people start going into team fights, because it remains to be seen how well they can combo their ultimates, you know, especially with the whole Yasuo Jarvan thing in Malphite, as I mentioned before. Um, I think what's difficult for Kha'Zix at the moment is that he can't jump in unless the rest of his team has CC on somebody else. And there we go, it's a gank onto Malphite. Beautiful jump from Kha'Zix, but very nice unstoppable force, saving Malphite just by the skin of his teeth right there. I think someone joined my team speak now, if you give me a moment. Looks like Kha'Zix is coming out. Hello!
Hello.
And this is a double get. Beautiful damage from Yasuo. There we go. I mean, you have Yasuo currently with an Everest Blade. He definitely has the edge in a fight like that. Even though, you know, I think it was Kha'Zix who tried to initiate first. But then that's a 1-for-0 exchange on the side of good job. You wanna talk? What should I call you?
Just call me Kasha. So,
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and talk if you want.
no, I'm fine.
Okay.
You said something.
Alright, so there is that Jarvan beautiful EQ onto Jinx. Again, you know, these two seem to always be caught off position. I think they will need to fix that if in this bot lane, because that's where a majority of these kills are coming from. Unfortunately for them, Corki already has a Phage, so it will be quite difficult unless there's jungle support. But then Kha'Zix is up top instead, ganking Malphite. Looks like he may not be able to get the kill despite doing so much damage onto Malphite. I think they're not willing to tank the tower, and rightfully so, because none of them are super tanky yet, except for Wukong. But it can be a bit risky because Malphite can slow you. I am not in any division because I don't rank, really. But you're welcome to guess what I started out with when I did rank, because I think I turned 30 in season 2, and then I started ranking like almost immediately after, which is not a good thing. But in the end, you know, I'm not a very good mechanical player. I just play, I just shoutcast, really. Providing entertainment for people. Kasha, how do you get my TeamSpeak? Did someone else give it to you?
Scott why?
Okay.
Give it to me.
Yeah, you can cast if you want. Let's see, Usui dodging 1v2ing there. I think he finally realized that it might be a bit tough for him. But that ult still won't secure him the kill. I think he's still trying a bit hard. It would have been okay if his teammates were there to back him up, but against a Kassadin, 1v2ing and against a Kha'Zix, when you're isolated, not the best idea. So that's a 4 kills to 2. Advantage for good job at the moment. No objectives yet, because I think people were trying to, except for the dragon, of course. But I think both teams. What comes down to, you know, who wins and who loses is how well these teams position themselves. And right now, the bot lane really needs to back up. They are still keeping a good hold onto their tower, which is not a bad thing. But you need to really watch out for those ganks from Kha'Zix who can just jump over walls, you know, or even not from Kha'Zix actually, from Jarvan who can jump over walls as well. So that's something for both sides to take note. I stole my Penta. What? I am so not challenger. Zenny, I think you can, but it might be a bit hard for you to shoutcast if you're watching the stream because normally there's a delay between what I say and when it comes out on the screen. So let's say you say something now and it's about 20-second delay. So unless you're already in the game, I think it's gonna be a bit tough. Yeah, Kha'Zix should be happy mid or bot. He's trying very hard to snowball Malphite. Very hard to snowball Wukong. But also, you know, it's very important for the other team because Wukong is also one of the main ways that they can initiate, short of asking Blitzcrank to hook somebody in. But Wukong is the main source of AoE CC at the moment. So there are a couple of pings going out. The first dragon did go to good job. It does look like China is happily just moving in to range of Blitzcrank's hook. You see, the key part about playing Blitzcrank is you really need to know how to be aggressive. Wukong trying to go in ham onto Malphite, and Kha'Zix trying to jump in there. He will still try for it, even though Wukong went back to hit a couple of minions. Obviously nothing's gonna come up from that, so Kha'Zix has been hanging around top almost all the time. Meanwhile, the jungler from Good Job is committing to this. Blitzcrank is very, very low. I think the Corki is the only one moving forward though, and he decides to give up the chase. It was a very good gank, but I think they weren't capable of tanking the tower, or they didn't really want to tank the tower. Kha'Zix moving in again, slightly behind, you know, the action. People typing in chat as well. Later you spectate. Oh yeah, that's fine too. Let me get you on then. Can you just drop me a message on Facebook and I will send you the details? Okay, so Dragon is up, and as usual Good Job has a timer on it and they are gonna go for it. That's a 4-man onto the dragon. It will be a free dragon this time. Malphite has been top, you know, constantly farming. He is significantly ahead compared to Wukong. But both of them are building full tank, which means both of them will be taking the damage. Good job. Just Danny just waiting in the bush, you know, waiting for Kha'Zix to come by, and he does see Kassadin. But that's a teleport coming in, and they're gonna go for it. But nothing's gonna happen there. The teleport simply means that they'll just be pushing this tower. Who are you watching, Blue and Purple? Are you casting? I am casting. Yep, so yeah, Zenny, just send me a message. There's the Malphite ult, and there is the Yasuo ult, and there we go. That's why we mentioned the Janna as well. Beautiful Howling Gale. That's a double kill, and this should be an easy push for them. Janna walks right into the bush because it's flashing into the bush again. Not sure what that does, but they're trying to get the tower now. Jarvan is moving back to base, so the rest of the team are gonna have to give up the siege onto the turret. There's a fresh minion wave moving towards them, but I think the members are just too low, so they just want to go back and get some items, heal up, and figure out what their next objective is. There's a Jinx! Super Mega Death Rocket hitting Janna. But that's about it. Nobody gets hit, nobody dies. The purple team, they're gonna have to decide how best they want to do this, how they want to come back from this. It's still very early in the game, so it's not as if things are completely lost, but there is an 8k gold difference and there is a 6-2 kill score at the moment. And you see the majority of the gold difference coming from just the difference in the CS between both of these teams. The mid lane, Yasuo with 210, Blitzcrank coming in, trying to get the push. Beautiful flash by Corki, and that shield really negates a lot of the Kha'Zix damage that he was going to put out. So again, a gank that didn't really work for them. And Malphite is just growing tankier by the day. He has the Sunfire's cape, whereas Wukong will build into Randwins. But Malphite's role, I think he will put out a lot more damage in terms of the Sunfire cape magic damage once he goes in. Kassadin should go for more HP. Yes and no, because I think right now they really need some sort of burst damage, and Kassadin is good at that. But compared to Yasuo's damage output, I think right now Featuring is gonna have a hard time if they get engaged in a 5v5. They simply won't have the sort of damage they need to put out, because Kha'Zix damage, you know, relies solely on, a lot of it is from isolation damage. So a lot of it, again, as I said, is about them picking and killing and then moving in for a team fight that's advantageous on their side. But they're relying a lot on Jinx and Kassadin to have most of the damage if they catch someone or if they go in for the Wukong ultimate. But at the moment, Blitzcrank is missing his hooks and they're being pushed back to the tower. Yasuo's just going in on Kassadin. Kassadin just reflects away, but that's a beautiful flash again. Not very useful against a Kassadin who can just reflect away. The junglers take a 1v1 in the jungle, but Blitzcrank is nearby. And Yasuo goes in. That's exactly what I said as well. How they combo it, whether they stay next to each other or not, if they can respond to each other's ultimates. The amount of damage from Yasuo is just outstanding. He's trying to go in for Jinx, and he does get the kill. He's trying to go in for Kassadin again now. Unfortunately, the Howling Gale does not hit. If it did, that would have been another kill. Yeah, Kassadin is gonna find it really tough against Yasuo. So that's 0 turrets and 0 objectives for Featuring at the moment. Good Job is doing a really good job, I guess. Yeah, so they're really in control of the game, and if you watch, I'm not sure if the Mega Death Rocket is something that they want to use to just pick off members one by one who are low and trying to go back to base, because you don't really have the sort of vision you need for that. So overall, I think unless Good Job, ultimate, and a kill again top lane, Kha'Zix comes in again a couple of seconds late, but then Kassadin is there to back him up. This could work out in their favor, because Kha'Zix he does get the reset, and the amount of damage should be enough for the kill, although Kha'Zix comes really close to dying from the Sunfire Cape and all that. But they did manage to get a kill in return, so that's not too bad. That's a beautiful Howling Gale. He's just sitting on top, and they know that he wasn't even sitting on top of a blue ward, but very good prediction on the side of a Good Job, and a very good kill right there. Alright, so we have basically Featuring trying to defend their last first tower on the top lane. But there's a teleport coming in. I think they're gonna try and go in for this one. Then it will be a 3v3. Yasuo just going in for that ultimate, and he does pick up Blitzcrank. Yeah, when you can do something like that, tower dive, a 3v3, and still put out that amount of damage, along with Janna's shield, you're pretty much good to go. However, if you pick a fight with 4 people, like what happened just now, even though your Yasuo is way ahead, you know, it may still be difficult for you, because not everyone is there.
User in your channel timed out.
This game is mostly about Yasuo. Yes, and also about decision making. As you saw just now, Yasuo could have picked his fights, with knowing that he had the advantage, but he picked his fight a bit poorly. Just now, I tend to not describe people as making poor decisions, but in that case, it was a clear 4v3, and they still tried to initiate after he used his ultimate on 3 of them. So in that case, it will be difficult. Next match. If Good Job wins this match, I think they will win this round. So we'll see if that is the case, because they're currently very far ahead. Yasuo might got caught up by Kha'Zix, but look at the amount of damage he's forced to jump away. And featuring is reduced to again defending their base. Corki is away just trying to get his buffs and farm up as much as he can, then go back and pick up what I think will be a Bloodthirster. Meanwhile, Jinx has yet to complete any of her items. She has the major parts needed for an Infinity Edge, but she has not bought an Infinity Edge. Yasuo is just chunking people away, but Wukong uses his ultimate. Doesn't stop Yasuo because Yasuo is able to use his ult to get in. And the damage is just too strong. I mean, this is literally a 3v4 or 3v5 at the moment. And still they managed to take someone down. Now that the rest of the team is here, Yasuo just needs to be very careful because he is quite low. He does get the shield though. Very beautiful. They're just gonna continue doing this. How many games I'm casting? This is probably the last one if Good Job wins, and it looks like they are gonna win. I just got back, literally. No, actually no, they're not gonna push for it because Yasuo is actually pretty low. So they're just gonna go back off a little. Go pick up some farm, follow the next minion wave, and try and get the next inhibitor. Which is something that's not gonna be too tough unless Kassadin... I thought Kassadin would go for Yasuo, but nah. He rift walks back into the base. Jarvan going in man moding, tanking everything up as the team goes in. But they are focusing on individual members at this rate, and they will not be able to get a kill unless Kha'Zix decides to murder Yasuo. That's a very good move on the side of Kha'Zix right there. They did tank it for a bit too long. If you go into a tower dive, you need to know who your targets are and make sure everyone's focusing on the same target. That was a really nice Janna ult though, which allowed Corki to kill Blitzcrank. It was very good. Team fight, although a little messy because of the tower dive. It's good that everyone is trying to stream, by the way, so you guys can take the rest of the games. I'm good with that. There goes another inhibitor for Good Job. There really is no turning back, I think. It's an 18-9 kill score and about 17k gold difference right now in favor of Good Job. They are completely wrecking face. Look at Yasuo, is level 16. The only difference is I think that a Baron fight is probably due soon. That is if featuring can get themselves out of base in time. Good Job doesn't seem like they're gonna go in for that. Janna getting caught out a little by Kha'Zix. She really needs to get out of there. I'm not sure why Kha'Zix didn't chase. I think they probably thought that the other blue team members were gonna back her up, but he could have easily secured a kill there. Anyway, it does appear to be that Good Job is going to maintain a little control over the Baron pit. A lot of jumping onto Janna is done by Kha'Zix at the moment. They're just trying to clear out the wards, and then, you know, there's a very convenient minion wave pushing up top. So that's gonna be beneficial for a good job as well. So even though they cleared out the wards on the Baron side, there still are 2 wards in the Baron pit that they have yet to spot. But I don't think that's their main concern right now, because Kachop will probably try and siege this tower down. That means that all inner turrets are completely gone for featuring. Already minion waves are pushing into base, and already Kha'Zix is being forced to go back and defend. So is Jinx. So if Kachop decide to group up top lane, they will be able to get this tower and possibly 1 or 2 kills at the same time. I think that's what they're gonna do, because they do see the 2 members there. They will be hitting it, and that will be the ultimate and a beautiful Yasuo combo, which results in a kill. Yasuo though, moving it a bit too much into the base and doesn't manage to get a kill, but Jarvan does. Wow, this game is so ham. Everyone just going in really deep. Is trying to get the kills. Very nice Janna ultimate again from the VC. And that will be an inhibitor. Middle inhibitor, and they can just move on to the next inhibitor tower if they choose to do that. But look at this, a Nexus tower is already down. This will be really tough for featuring. The Yasuo green is really OP. No, I think it's probably bad if this was a more serious game, because throwing, going in like that with the kind of gold that you would give the enemy who kills you is probably a bad thing for teams with equal skill. But in something like this where one team is already clearly dominating the game, I think it's alright, because the rest of his team did get a couple of kills back. That said, they could have easily just won if they were patient and pushed out. The inhibitor is respawning as well soon. Yasuo is soloing the Baron. Something that he can do, but it will be a very slow process. Kassadin spots him out with the ward. I'm not really sure. I think this is going to be a very dangerous solo Baron if he does try. A very good move to take out the ward. Malphite trying to just keep the rest featuring at bay. And this should be a good Baron from the blue team, which they do get. And Malphite might have DC'd, because he's just standing there. Yeah, he's just standing there. It might be that he disconnected. Or... no, he didn't. Alright, well, there are the minions making good work of the Nexus Tower. That's a couple of hits more before it goes down. 108 HP. All Kachop needs to do is get another good team fight. Malphite goes in with the ultimate, but strangely enough, not enough damage. Corki is forced to flash away, but Jarvan goes in. Yasuo is so far away though, so they don't really have the majority of their damage that they need. Once Yasuo comes in, there we go, gets the kill. And he is still trying to make good work of the members. They're just keeping them at bay inside the base. They have to take down Yasuo first if they want any hope of saving that Nexus, but it does not look like this will be the case, and this will be game for a good job. So that's it, guys. Good job won with 23 kills and almost every single objective on the map. 0 towers for featuring, but that's okay because this is a round robin, so it's not a single elimination. So you do get the chance to play again against many other teams, and that would be, it probably make a lot of good to have more experience again. This is the first game of the tournament. So yeah, good job. Well done. GG. And I will screenshot this for the admin and I will catch you on the next stream. Yes, please use my chat commands. They are pretty cool. Alright, I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to chat, I will be in the chat for a bit as well. Bye!
Well played.